All right, so welcome back, guys, to another episode of Vue.js Vue 3 or Vue.js Vue 3. It doesn't matter, but welcome back to another episode. And now we will talk about. Last time we talked about the the data property and the setup, and we created our first instance here. But now we're gonna take a look, and we're gonna do some digging into the directives of Vue.js, which are given to us by the Vue.js और ये जो directives हैं, we have multiple directives to look into them, but the first one is vbind. So vbind is basically something that every single HTML attribute, like for example, if I just do something over here, and if I say there is input, or you can say, yeah, fine, type is fine, type, and then we have value, we say some value, और यहाँ पर ये सभी चीज़ें जो है वो वैसे की वैसी पड़ी रहे, it's fine. And the only thing that I'm going to do is that the menu bar, we will go to view, we'll say appearance, and status bar, we will go live with it. And now we are here. Now just copy and paste it over in Mozilla, folks. तो अब अच्छा, अब जैसा कि आप ये चीज़ देख सकते हो, let me just hide this one या फिर let me just do this one. Okay, so we have some value over here. द वी बाइंड एट्रीब्यूट असल में करता क्या है कि वी बाइंड एट्रीब्यूट की तीन असल में प्रॉपर्टीज़ हैं. वेन एवर वी असाइन समथिंग टू वी बाइंड, लाइक कोई भी एच टी एम एल का एट्रीब्यूट है, लाइक वी हैव टाइप, ये एक एच टी एम एल का एट्रीब्यूट है, वी हैव वैल्यू, ये एक एच टी एम एल का एट्रीब्यूट है. इफ़ वी से देर इज़ ऑल्सो अनदर विच इज़ टाइटल, तो ये एक एच टी एम एल का टाइटल है, सॉरी एट्रीब्यूट है. तो कोई भी चीज़ हम जब भी HTML के एट्रीब्यूट को Vue.js के साथ कनेक्ट करते हैं, तो वी डू इट बाय vbind directive. द vbind directive is something like this. Sorry, vbind like this. So this is the vbind, और इसका जो शॉर्टर वर्जन होता है वो जस्ट इतना होता है कि आप कोई भी डायरेक्टिव है, फॉर एग्जांपल मेरे पास वैल्यू है, तो आई विल डू जस्ट लाइक दिस. तो या तो मैं इसको ये कर सकता हूँ, या फिर मैं इसको वी बाइंड एंड देन आई विल डू दिस. तो ये जो है वो एक तरीका होता है कि वी बाइंड का असल में मकसद ये है कि आप HTML के एक एट्रीब्यूट को Vue.js की किसी भी प्रॉपर्टी के साथ बाइंड कर रहे हो, उसको कनेक्ट कर रहे हो, उसको अटैच कर रहे हो. तो दिस इज़ द सेम लाइक a reason that we do v binding, because we want to bind our properties in our script data into the HTML attributes. So the main key point here, which is to learn, is that we have this v bind, but now if we come here, you will see that we will get an error, and it will say कि भाईजान missing syntax after property list, और इसको like वो चीज़ मिल नहीं रही होती है, because जैसे ही हमने इसको v bind किया, now it's not going to take a string, it's not a HTML attribute, now it's a v bind value. ये जो v bind है, it's a directive, this is a argument, this is not a now a HTML attribute, this is a v bind argument now, and this thing here is the value. We can do some, we cannot say like एक string, जो भी आप simple सी string यहाँ पर नहीं जो है वो put कर सकते. For example, I can do like this, that some value now is gonna work like this one, but we cannot do that. We need to bind some kind of you can say uh, we need to bind some kind of a dynamic property to it, because we want to do something dynamic into our HTML code by using Vue.js. But for that we need to bind our data. So if I come down here, let me just give you one example. Like we can do JavaScript expressions here. Like if I say 7 is greater than 4, if I do something like this, it's gonna say, yeah, this is true, 7 is greater than 4. But if I say 4 I'm just doing the opposite thing. It will say false. We can do the JavaScript expression here. We can also do something like new date, and it's gonna give us the new date. जो भी date होगी वो उसको जब हमें वो provide कर देगा. It's that kind of a thing. So we can do JavaScript expression. We cannot do console log here. We cannot do that. It's not going to work. It's gonna give some error or something, but it's not going to work. Maybe error there या ना दे, but I think it's gonna like just not gonna do anything. क्योंकि if one sec, oh it did. Oh, did man. Oh, did. Oh, one sec. If I say Zishan, what's it gonna do, baby? What? Oh, it did. I thought it didn't. Oh, मुझे लगा ऐसा नहीं होता. But that is very nice to see that. Oh, nice. Okay, so we can do something like this. Now ये किसी भी किस्म का लाइक HTML का एट्रीब्यूट जो है वो अब ये नहीं रहा. अब ये Vue.js का एक आर्ग्यूमेंट बन चुका हुआ है. और फॉर एग्जांपल मैं यहाँ पर आता हूँ एंड आई से दैट some value. Let's just say we have some values here. We have text. So if I put the text here, now this is a direct value which is given in data properties, and we're gonna get it and we're gonna bind that. So we're gonna get hello world. You understand me? So this is how the v binding is working. So let me just explain it right here. That in one sec, in v bind, when we v bind something, and let's just say here is a title, and this is a expression, or this is a dynamic value, or whatever it is. It's your choice. So if I say let's just say text. So this one here, it's a directive. ये जो ऊपर जितना भी v bind है, this is a directive, this is a argument, and this one here is the value. So this is a whole whole you can say the whole attachment of the vbind directive. That this is the directive, this is the argument, this is the argument we bind. We can also do for the shorter version, we can also do like this. It's gonna work the same, it doesn't matter. Let me just do this. So it's gonna work the same. The shorter version है वो ये है, and you can do it in uh, every single attribute of HTML. It's your choice. If I say type, and the type is going to be text, so it's going to be text. Let me show you. Just one second. Inspector. Let me just find this one, man. So the title is some title, and sorry, the type. The type. Where is the type? Type is hello world. Value is hello world. So the meaning is that कि आप किसी भी किस्म के HTML के एट्रीब्यूट को बाइंड कर सकते हो. आप भी HTML के एट्रीब्यूट को बाइंड कर सकते हो Vue.js के v bind के डायरेक्टिव के थ्रू. तो इसका जो शॉर्टर वर्जन है वो ये है कि आप सिर्फ एक कॉलन पुट कर दो यहाँ पर भी अगर फॉर एग्जांपल मैं एक कॉलन पुट करता, नाउ इट्स नॉट अ स्ट्रिंग, इट्स नॉट गोइंग टू टेक एज अ स्ट्रिंग. आप यहाँ पर इसको ऐसे करके इसको रेंडर आप कर सकते हो. इसको मैं ना फॉर एग्जांपल डॉग टू द बॉटम ही कर देता हूँ. आप इसको ऐसे कर सकते हो like this one. If I say value is world, title is some title, and hello world is hello world, आप इसको एज अ स्ट्रिंग बना के टाइप कर सकते हो, लेकिन इट्स नॉट अ वेरी गुड थिंग और गुड चॉइस टू डू दैट. सो दिस इज़ वाई वी डू सम काइंड ऑफ लेट्स जस्ट से कि मैं ऑब्जेक्ट डॉट नेम जो है वो डिफाइन कर देता हूँ यहाँ पर इस जगह के ऊपर. तो वी गना गेट BMW. तो दिस इज़ द होल आप कह सकते हो कि सब्जेक्ट ऑफ द vbind directive that we use in Vue.js. I hope you can understand what I'm trying to say. And there are a lot of other v directives that we can use. The first one was, let me just remove this one. Let me just remove this one and this one. So we have some cleaner code. And now let's talk about, we talked about v bind or the simple colon. The shorter version is colon. And now we're gonna talk about v HTML and V text, or for example, if I have H2 and I have some text like I don't want to say some text. So the next directive is V text, V text, and now I can use this one here, V टेक्स्ट, और इसमें भी मैं कोई ना कोई जावास्क्रिप्ट का लाइक आप कह सकते हो कि इस ये किस्म का टेक्स्ट होने वाला है, लाइक कोई भी स्ट्रिंग है मेरे पास, कोई भी इस तरह की चीज़ है, आई कैन जस्ट वी टेक्स्ट इट, और ये यहाँ पर जो है वो शो होना शुरू हो जाएगी। फॉर एग्जांपल मैं अगर इसी को पकड़ के यहाँ पर शो करवाऊँ तो यू विल सी आई विल हैव हेलो वर्ल्ड, और फॉर एग्जांपल मैं ऑब्जेक्ट डॉट नेम पकड़ के यहाँ पे डिफाइन करता हूँ तो मेरे पास जो है वो BMW आ जाएगा। तो द वी टेक्स्ट वेरिएबल, द वी टेक्स्ट directive is to show that text, dynamic text if you have. वैसे तो if you wanna just do it, you can just do it right here, but in some cases, in some like आपके पास like different किस्म के वो होते हैं, use cases होते हैं, and then if you have different use case then you can do it like this. I mean it depends upon the requirement, or it depends upon the use case if you want, if you wanna know. So we have one more, which is v HTML. Yeah, why not HTML? So the v HTML is that kind of directive जिसके थ्रू आप कोई भी किसी भी किस्म की HTML को render कर सकते हो. Like if you want to render some HTML, you can use this directive. For example, if you have, I had a one example which was rich text editor, and what happens in rich text editor is that you have a whole a very you know a big box, and there are a lot of options. So that rich text editor, what does it do is that it creates the HTML, not as a string. If you want, if you, for example, I have a component which is rich text editor. If I have that, it will not give me some kind of a string. Like if I want to write a p tag, तो मुझे जो like वो string दे देगा. If I want to have some code in it, then it will give me the code string. It's not a string. It gives you the whole HTML. Whatever you write in it, if it's an image, if it's anything, it gives you the HTML part. So it doesn't give you any string. It doesn't give you any number. It doesn't give you okay, so you're gonna write a p tag, so it's gonna give you the text of the p tag only. No, it's gonna give you the whole p tag. It's gonna give you the HTML. So in that case, if you have that kind of a use case, so what happens, what you do is that you just save the whole HTML in your database, and then if you want to show it again, you just write something like, for example, if I have a p tag and I want to write that again, so what I will do is that v HTML, and then the whole HTML part, the whole object. For example, right here, if I say HTML, and if I say p, and I also have p, or let's just say b, bold, and if I say bold text, so I can just do it like this. I will say b HTML, and it's gonna give you the, come on man, the bold text. So this HTML, this is not giving me as a, if you write it like this, HTML is gonna give you the, sorry, I need to remove this one, I think. So it's gonna give you the whole HTML as a string, but if you do it like this, it's gonna like convert the whole HTML into the string part, so it's gonna give you the whole HTML. So it was basically a simple bold text, but in real cases, in real use cases, you have a lot of things to consider, and you have a lot of things to show. So that is why we use HTML, VHTML. It's not recommended. I don't know why. I mean, it's useful. You can do that. In some cases, like I just give you that if you have a rich text editor, and if you, so for example, if you are creating something and you have a rich text editor and there's a lot of HTML part in it, so you just save the whole HTML into one column, and now if you want to edit or update that whole rich text editor, so what you do is that you just get the whole HTML, and then you just put it in a value of that rich text editor, so it will give you the same thing again. like just like if you want to update it, right? So that in that case HTML part is very good. And now we are good with vbind, vtext, vhtml, and I think we have v is v1s. I mean they are very small percentages, like no, very small, very short kind of uh, what do you say, very short meanings or very short concepts of these directives. It's a very easy to learn. These are very easy to learn. So if I have a p tag and I'm saying let's just say I'm saying hello Zishan, this is only going to render once in a life of view 3 instance. So v1s, if you get the idea, is just going to render only once. Whatever you do, it doesn't matter, it's just going to render once in a while. So if I have this one, and if I go to console, if I go to vm, if I go to vm dot uh, let me show you dollar, we have a lot of things here. So I mean, I was going to change it through dynamically, but I don't think so that I am going to. Just one sec. We don't need to do this. Let's just say, okay. Oh, one sec. I can cut it. I can paste it over here, and I will say once, once, and I can like say it once. Okay. So if I say vm dot once hello Zishan, and vm dot once, if I change it to only Zishan, it's not going to work. Like it's not, because it's only going to render once in a life of the view 3 instance. So this is the like very small and easy part of the v1s. We also have v is something that I don't know, if you put it in a v, if you do vs, let me show you. V is, so if I have this one, if I say v is going to render it, and I don't know. I mean, there was this one sec. Let me see. I forgot about it. V is directive in in V3. Built-in directives. Okay. So we have v text is fine. V HTML, we VF, VLs. We're gonna look into the VLs and these parts. V on, it doesn't matter. V bind, same thing. V model, same thing. V slot, same thing. V pre, okay. So V pre, skip the compilation for this. Yeah. So V pre was that. Okay, sorry. I think I made a mistake. It should be V pre. So what happened is that if you put something like V pre here, if I did, तो होगा क्या कि it's not going to render. The reason is that vpre just skip the render of this element and then moves on to another. For example, if I do this, it's going to render the v1s, but it's not going to render the vpre, because I'm saying that just if I put vpre here, vpre, what does it do is that it just skip the render, it just skip the render of the current element wherever I have put it. If it's a input value, if it's a p tag, if it's a h2, it doesn't matter. If I put pre vpre, it will skip the renderment of this tag or this element, the whole element, and then it will move on to another. So for me, it's just it's just a string now. It's not a really a directive now. It's not a like dynamic property now. It's just a string to me now. So this is what vpre does. So I'm gonna back it again. Sorry, it's gonna be vpre. Let me see v1s. I already show you. V memo, nah, doesn't matter. V clock, yeah, V clock is something. V clock is nice. So what you do in V clock is that, let me just show you. There are a lot of directories. I mean, you can just go to the website and then you can like. I don't have to show all of them. The main were like the main थे वो थे V text, V HTML, and then V ones. It was these were the ones. Even these were not important. The only directives were important were V HTML, V text. V text was also not that kind of important. V bind was very much important. And let's just say, forget the V clock. We don't really use that. Forget the V clock. We just V clock. What does it do is that it just uh, it will, if I put a V clock on a parent div, it will hide that component and just does that. And if I would also have to do this one, if I will go to the CSS and I will V clock it and put it in a square brackets, and I will say display none, it will not show me the message again. The div will not be visible until the compilation is done. So until the whole compilation is done, it will not show me. So the key point is that it's not going to show until whole of the compilation is done. So it's just that. Anyways, uh let me go to the very nice and good you know the very important directives, which are v if, v show, v if and v show, and v if else, and these kind of things. So let's just say I have two things. The first one is, can I just comment them? Okay, so I can just do this. I can just do this. अच्छा, ये मेरे पास ये वाइट वाइट सा बड़ा क्यों हो गया? I don't understand. I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, so back, and let's just say I have two. I have, let me just show you the v if and v show first, the difference between them, and then we'll move on to v if, v else, v does. So, for example, I have one state, and I will say the state of the name is type. I took a moment. I took a moment. Anyways, so if I say type, and the type, no, I want to say something like true false. Oh, let's just say with boolean. If I say false over here, so what I will do is that def, not a def, just a p tag is fine. So if I will say p, come on man, p, uh, oh man, what's happening, man? P, oh, I think I mistakenly did something, and now it's okay, fine. I will do, let me show you here. I will say we show, come on man, what did I do? I did something, I think. I I did something. Oh, come on. Oh man, oh man, what did I do, man? की करता मैं? ओ भाई बंद हो। मैं स्पेस पा रहा हूँ, खत्म कर रहा। हेलो, हेलो, हेलो। ओ जा टुर जा, तू कित्थों आ गया है? ओए, ओए मैं की करी जा रहे हैं यार, अच्छा फर्क रहा है। अच्छा, okay, so if I have p tag, and in this p tag, if I say we show and we show. I don't know, man. What's happening? Okay, so if I say we show boolean, I don't, boolean, and put some text like show me. So if I come here, you will see that the boolean is false. So that's why I cannot even like see the HTML. But if we go to inspector, you will see that in HTML we have a display none to show me. The v show, what does it do is that it just put the if I say v show, it will automatically trigger the css of the current element where I have put the v show, and it will trigger the display to none rather than to block. And if I say true here, it will show me, but it doesn't of course show me that he did the the display to block. It does not it did that, but it's not showing me. But the only reason that I wanted to show is this, that the p tag, the v show directive, what does it do is that it just trigger the css, and it trigger the css to display to none, the property display to none rather than into block. But if we go to v if here, what if what okay, and I can okay, so what happens now? If I open the vdiv, it will remove the current element from the whole document of the whole document from the html. It will automatically, what if I say v if, it will just check if there is a boolean, if this is a boolean value, and if I am saying is false, it will remove the that current element from the document, from the dom. But we show it does not like remove the document, it does not remove the element, it just trigger the display to display property to none. So this is the main difference between v show and v if. We can use both, but if you want to like, I think the most probably used one is I think it's v show, because it stays the it ये जो है ना, ये डॉक्यूमेंट को रहने लाइक एलिमेंट को रहने देता है, लेकिन जो है वो लेकिन जो है ना लाइक जो डिस्प्ले प्रॉपर्टी होती है उसको नन कर देता है। लेकिन जो वी इफ है, it just remove the element from the DOM. So this is the key difference between vShow and vIf. Okay, so let's just go back. Okay, if I say boolean is, I will just copy this one. I can do one, and I will say v else. That's it. So v if boolean, if it's false, it will say false, and right here I will say true. So I will get true because the boolean is false. Now the main part is that we know that we in JavaScript we do we if something something is like this, and then we can move on to another one, and then we do something, and then we do else, and in else it does like this, we do like this, and then we have we else if we have we else if, we will do it like this, and then here we will put the like this. So we have if this is that, then do this, else if we do this, and else we do this. Let me put something over here too. So this is the whole the system that we used to in PHP, in Laravel, in any language you go, you kind of like find the same thing here, like this one. But in JavaScript, or in sorry Vue.js, what you do is that if you have multiple paragraphs or multiple elements and you want to show them on some conditional rendering, so what you do is that we have v if statement. It's a boolean, it's a false. You will do the same thing again. If I do something like this, you will see like this one, I'm getting the true because it's the same thing. The next element is p tag, and it checks like v if here, v else should be to the next element should have the v else. I can't do like this, and I do like the same thing. Oh man, I have to do this. Okay, so I would say v else do, and that I don't know how did. Okay, so I can like do this. So it will again show me the true and the true. Let me say refresh it. So it will show me the true and the true statement. This one true and this is not true. This one false, this one true, and this one true. So, oh man, what happened? Oh, what's happening? I say v if boolean, show me false. This one is true from there, and then v else is here. Oh, it should not allow me to do that because I have a element here. It should give me the error, or maybe they fixed it, or I don't know. I think they fixed it because in I am working on a real life project, and in that if I do something like this, it gives me an error. For example, if I go to inspect, if I go to here, you see that temporal compilation v else has no adjacent v if or v else if. So these are not adjacent. So that's why I have a v if here and then v else here. This is like ये खुले में पड़ा हुआ है. So this should not work. It's giving me a warning, but in a I think that is the uh, updated version of Vue, so that's why it's giving me a warning. But in older versions, it doesn't even render. It gives you a error like red big error that you cannot do that. I mean, it's not possible you do that because you do not have an adjacent element. If I just remove it and do it like this, it will not give me an error and not give me a warning. It will just show me like everything is fine, you can do this. Okay, so you can also do like this, be else if, and you can put some conditional rendering, boolean, or like any conditional rendering. If you want to do, you can do it like here. अच्छा, मैं खुश हो गया था कि चलो यार ये मेरा मोटा हो गया, कितना अच्छा लग रहा है मुझे, मतलब मोटा मोटा वो पता नहीं किधर चला गया। अब मैंने पता नहीं वो क्या कौन सा बटन दबा दिया था यार, मुझे अब समझ ही नहीं आ रही उसकी। Okay, so anyways, the key point is here is that you can also do the same thing. One sec. Oh, come on, man. Oh man. One sec. Let me just copy this one again. Okay, so like this. You can do it like this: v if boolean, v else if, some other conditional rendering if you want to do, and then v else will be here. So this is the main concept of v else, v else if. You can do any multiple v else if, v else if, v else if, it doesn't matter. So or as long as they are adjacent to each other, like p tag and then the p tag and then the p tag. You cannot do like this, some div over here and you do this. It will give you a warning rather than it should give you an error that the things should be like uh, adjacent to each other, but for now it's just giving you a warning. So maybe it's a new version, so that's why. Maybe it's an updated version, so that's why. So this is the whole lesson on directives. How do we do that? And there is also one more p model, but we will learn it in next chapter or in next future lesson. So thank you so much for watching the video. I will see you in the next. Thank you. Allah Hafiz. And I will of course resolve this. ये जो ये जो है ना I will resolve it. Okay, thank you so much. Bye bye.